I'm Captain Kama, and this city is full of sentences that need my help. Visit a lion, tiger, and bear at the zoo. This is a job for Captain Kama! Visit a lion, tiger, and bear at the zoo.
Much better. Thanks, Captain Kama.
Enjoy salad soup and bread at Jane's Diner. Nothing a comma or two can't fix. Enjoy salad, soup, and bread at Jane's Diner. That makes me hungry. Jump, swim, and splash at Pool Paradise. Commas in the wrong place can be just as confusing as no commas at all. Jump, swim, and splash at Pool Paradise.
Thanks, Captain Kama!
For her birthday, get her flowers! Now there's a comma in the wrong place that's causing real trouble. I know what to do. For her birthday, get her flowers.
Oh, thank you, Captain Kama.
Remember to pick up apples, oranges, and bananas at Mel's Market. Look at that. The commas are in the right places. People are learning from my work. Looks like I'm done for today. Until tomorrow, this is Captain Kama, reminding you that commas are powerful, so use them wisely.
King Richard is seeking a brilliant storyteller who feels they are up to the task.
Yo, you there! Tell me a story! Well, long ago, there, was this, guy. Yeah, see, who needed help doing, this thing? A good storyteller uses, exciting words. Words that paint powerful pictures. Next!
Once upon a time, there was a brave knight who was given a challenge by a powerful king. And the king told this knight, go and rescue the princess.
Go and rescue this princess.
Who's trapped somewhere.
She's trapped somewhere. No, no, no!
Uh-oh!
I want to see the story in my mind. Was the princess locked in a tower? A cold and lonely tower, surrounded by vicious dragons? Can no one tell me a good story?
May I try, please?
Ah, well, proceed if you must.
Once in a golden time, there lived a lovely but sad princess in a cold gray tower near the castle where her rich and powerful father, the king, lived. I am so very lonely in this dark, cold tower. Suddenly came a loud noise at her window. It was a rugged knight with a vibrant suit of armor. He said happily,
I have traveled many miles. When I heard of your terrible situation, may I step inside? The temperature outside is freezing.
not my problem. You made the silly decision to wear heavy metal armor on a cold, nasty day. Now it's time for you to do the job you are here for, and do the job quickly. The knight leapt bravely into the chamber. In one graceful move, he swept the princess up into his arms. What are you doing?
I'm saving you.
I thought you were a handyman. I've been waiting 3 long days to have these new designer curtains hung. I'm totally sick of staring at these drab, dreary walls. The knight was thoroughly confused. He looked around and spotted the colorful curtains next to a stack of magazines. Then his heart began to flutter. He looked into her bright brown eyes and said,
Do you like reading those delightful home and garden magazines too?
The princess suddenly knew that this handsome knight was very different than the other knights. In a few short minutes, he had the royal curtains hung, and they redecorated the rest of her room. The once dark, cold tower was now bright and cheery, and the knight and the princess lived happily ever after.
Oh, bravo! You are absolutely the greatest storyteller ever! How can I thank you?
I'll tell you how. Father, I'd love a pair of new curtains for my room. This smart and noble knight said he'd be so happy to hang them up for me.
Hey, Juan, does the rest of your body ever get jealous of your thumbs?
Huh?
Your thumbs are having all the fun and getting all the exercise.
Come on, Poppy. Things are different, you know? It's not like when you were a kid. You didn't have PlayStations.
Sure, we have PlayStations. We call them swing sets.
Oh, man! What happened?
Looks like a power outage to me.
But that means no computer, no internet, no TV, no video games. Now what am I gonna do?
Hey, listen, when I was a kid, we were our own video games.
Come on, Poppy. My team was about to win a trophy.
Like this? I got that in 5th grade. Our neighbors had a pool and we swam every chance we got. I learned to dive, played Marco Polo. One of the dads organized a swim meet. I won that trophy for swimming 50 laps. I love to play basketball too. There was a half court at the park. We played 1-on-1, 3-on-3, horse, around the world. We got a whistle and took turns being ref. When I was on the court, watch out, I had a mean jump shot. Juan, look at your shoes. What a shame.
What do you mean? These are like new.
Exactly. When I was your age, I played so much soccer I wore the tread right off my shoes. Sometimes I played with friends. Sometimes I just kicked the ball against the wall. I was in my first soccer tournament that year. Lost in the first round, but the next year...
Wow, Poppy. You really were your own video games.
Yeah, we had a great time. I think I'll play a little basketball. What are you gonna do?
I guess I'd rather be a video game than play one.
That's the spirit. Why let your thumbs have all the fun? Ready?
Let's go.
Hey kids, Professor Esther Hester here with my lab partner, Jester. Say hello, Jester. I'm wearing a skeleton costume, not because it's Halloween, but because today we will use science to learn about your musculoskeletal system. That's what we scientists call your muscles and bones. I like using scientific words because they're so much fun to say. Musculoskeletal. Try it with me. Musculoskeletal. Try saying that 3 times fast. When bones are connected together, they form a skeleton. We each have more than 200 bones in our body that are all connected just like this. That's pretty amazing all by itself, but that's only half the story. Let's take a closer look using an invention of my very own, Professor Hester's awesome body scanner. Now all I need is a volunteer. Why, thank you, Jester. This is Jester's skeleton. See those places where the bones meet each other? Those are called joints.
Joints.
These joints right here allow his legs to bend back and forth when he walks. Right now, it looks like Jester's skeleton is moving on its own. But if we adjust my awesome body scanner, we can see Jester's muscles. What a strong dog you are! When Jester wants to walk, his brain tells his muscles to move. His muscles are connected to his skeleton, so when his muscles move, his skeleton moves too. Talk about teamwork. In fact, without muscles, his skeleton couldn't move at all.
Without muscle, the skeleton cannot move at all.
I think it's time for a demonstration. You know what that means, Jester. Right, time for a Professor Hester tester. Come closer so you can get a good look.
Cái gì
These
đây?
two straight pieces are like bones. This round piece is like a joint. I'll connect these two straight pieces to the joint like so. The joint connects the bones so they can still move. See? That's how your arm bends at your elbow. Now, I'll connect these rubber bands to our bones. The rubber bands act like...
Muscles.
That's right, like muscles. Time to test our model. Notice how when I tighten up the rubber band on this side, the bones move this way. And when I tighten the rubber band on the other side, the bones move the other way. That's how our muscles and our skeleton work together. But you don't need to build a model because you already have a model, your own body. In fact, you have over 600 muscles in your body. I almost forgot. Jester has a costume too. Do you want to show everyone? Look at us, Jester. We're the musculoskeletal system. I can't wait for Halloween. That trick deserves a treat.
We Americans are different in a lot of ways.
The color of our skin. The food we eat. Where our moms and dads work. The clothes we wear.
The places we call home.
And the music we like. This is what America looks like and sounds like.
We may look different and live in different places, eat different foods, and wear different clothing, and listen to different music.
But there's one way that we're all the same.
We all live together in one country, the United States of America.
Chúng ta cùng sống ở Mỹ. Tuy khác nhau, nhưng cũng đều ở nước Mỹ.
I sure had fun visiting South Dakota. Where are you gonna go next, Carla? I don't know. Wanna help me pick a place? Okay. Can I go with you this time? Sure. My hang glider is built for two. Let's use the globe to pick where we're going to go. Can't we just use a map? We could use a map, but since the Earth is actually round, a globe is the best way to see the actual shapes of the land and ocean, and how far apart they are. So when we want to see what things actually look like on the Earth, we use a globe. This globe is just a model of the Earth. It shows all of the continents and oceans of the world. This globe also shows the different countries where people live. Where are we? We live in the United States of America, in the state of Colorado. And see here on the top of the globe? That's where you'd get to if you just keep traveling all the way north from where we are. That's why it's called the North Pole. It's in a part of the Arctic Ocean that is covered in ice. If it's covered in ice, I bet it's cold up there. Super duper cold. And if you head south as far as you can go, you'll end up at the South Pole, which is on the opposite side of the globe. The South Pole is located on land in a place called Antarctica, which is the coldest place on Earth. Brr, let's definitely not go there. Right here around the middle of the globe is the part of Earth that is warm all the time. See that line that goes all the way around the globe? That line is called the equator. They must have used a really big pencil to draw that line all around the Earth. No, silly. There's not a real line around the Earth. But you can stand where that line would be. Then you'd be exactly halfway between the North Pole and South Pole. See how the equator cuts across South America and Africa and goes right between Asia and Australia. Okay, so which continent should we visit? Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, Australia. The world sure is a big place. I can't choose. How about I spin the globe real fast and you stop it with your finger? Wherever your finger lands, that's where we'll go. Okay. What's so funny? Colorado? Guess we'll be taking the hang glider to school tomorrow.
And ones.
Everyone ready? Let's get to work. 26. Two stacks of 10 and one stack of 6. 26 is 2 10s and 6 1s. 47. Four stacks of 10 and 7 1s. 47 is 4 10s and 7 1s. 35. Three stacks of 10 and 5 1s. 35 is 3 10s and 5 1s. 28. Two stacks of 10 and 8 1s. 28 is 2 10s and 8 1s. Great job, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Welcome, everyone, to How Likely Is It? Where we answer the question, how likely is it? But before we get started, let's meet our contestants. Bunches, Melvin, Wally, and Croaky. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to show you some things and then ask you how likely they are. You will answer by saying that it's certain, likely, unlikely, or impossible. Here's our first scenario. When pigs fly. Bunches, is this certain, likely, unlikely, or impossible?
Well, my happy. That seems pretty far-fetched. I'm going to say impossible.
That's right, impossible. That's 1 point for you. Now on to Melvin.
if I put a nickel into this gum machine, how likely is it that I will get a pink gumball?
Well, let's see. There are mostly pink gumballs in there, but also a few white ones. So while it's not certain you'll end up with a pink one, it's very likely.
You are correct! That's great, Melvin! But now, Wally, how likely is it that I'll get a white gumball?
Oh, well, Well, there aren't very many white ones in there, but I suppose it's still possible that you could get one. However, it's very unlikely.
Great job, everyone! Let's move on to Croaky.
Very likely.
Wait for the question, Croaky. Here it comes. How likely is it that the sun will suddenly start moving across the sky in the other direction?
Very likely.
I'm sorry, Croaky. That's incorrect. Bunches, how about it?
Well, the sun has been around for billions of years, and it's always moved in the same direction across the sky. I'm going to say something like that happening is impossible.
Great job! Now, Melvin, how likely is it that it will get dark tonight?
Well, Happy, it gets dark every night after the sun sets. So I'm going to say that it is certain it will get dark tonight.
Correct you are, my friend! Back to you, Wally. Now, take a look at this. Millions of years ago, dinosaurs were wiped out when a large asteroid slammed into Earth. How likely is it this will happen again?
Yikes! I'm not an expert on dinosaurs, but I'm hoping it's unlikely.
Absolutely correct! Okay, Croaky, one more question.
Very likely.
Okay, but let's hear the question first. Croaky, how likely is it that it will rain indoors?
Very likely.
But Croaky, I don't think you understood the question. I said, how likely is it that it will rain indoors? Like inside.
Yeah, I heard you, and I said, very likely.
Croaky, it can't rain inside. It's impossible. What makes you think it will?
'Cause I accidentally hung my backpack on your fire alarm.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I really hope that it's likely that I see you next time on How Likely Is It?